Welcome back. You should hopefully see that I'm now joined by Nikita Parris. If you have a question, please raise your hand. If you aren't able to raise your hand, please send a message into the chat. Thank you. If we can begin with Dom Smith from England Football.
Hi, Nikita.
Hi.
First of all, how pleased are you to be included in the squad today?
Yeah, I'm really happy. It's a fantastic achievement for me and all the rest of the girls that have been selected in the squad. Congrats to all of them. We've worked very hard to get to this point as individuals and also as a team. So, it's the first step on the journey actually to get to Tokyo.
I mean, as an England team, there have been a succession of semi-final defeats in recent years. Do you believe that as Team GB, this side can get to a final and maybe go all the way?
Yeah, I think our experiences in previous tournaments can really help push us forward. This is a new team with new faces, so we have to gel together very quickly. But, the players coming into the squad and the players already, been selected in it, I've got a lot of experience, and that's the most important thing. So when them crucial moments come, I hope our experience does take over to push us on.
And just finally from me, that match against Chile is not just the opener for Chile and for Team GB, but for the women's football tournament in general. So, that's going to be a really exciting, big event, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be a great spectacle to kick off the tournament. And, everyone's excited for that game, and preparations are obviously started as soon as the groups came out. Everyone was talking about who's in the group and what games will be played. Excitement starts to build. And as you say, Chile's the first game, and that's where the preparation begins, and we have to focus.
Well, I hope it goes really well for you. Best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dom. If we could now go to Florence Lloyd-Hughes from TalkSport.
Hi, Nikita. I hope you can hear me all right.
Hi, yes, I can hear you.
All good. Great. Congratulations on getting picked. You've achieved a lot in your career, Champions League winner, won a lot of trophies. So how does this measure up?
Yeah, it's a massive moment, to be selected to any major tournaments is a great achievement. But Team GB is special because, it's many nations, 4 nations. It takes, to get picked into a team of 18. It's not an easy team to be picked into. And also, to go to an Olympics is an unbelievable. It's a dream, 2012, I watched it. 2016, I also watched it. And now I can be a part of it in 2021.
A lot of people in England when you play in the WSL and when you've played for England in the past, you played on the right-hand side. And I know for Lyon, you've been playing more centrally. And England are very gifted down the middle at the moment. So do you know where you're going to be expecting to play once you join up with the rest of the team?
No, I don't know where I'm expected to play. I'll make sure I'm in the best shape to play, anywhere across the pitch. To be playing in a starting 11 or a Team GB shirt is going to be a great achievement for all of us. And we're all going to be competing for position. It's not going to be easy to be in the starting 11, like it wasn't easy to be selected into the squad of 18, So, you got to make sure you're in the best shape and you focus on yourself and make sure you're best prepared.
And what's it been like for you as well? Obviously not playing in England at the moment. And I feel like as a media, we probably don't give as much attention to the other leagues abroad. So what's it been like for you to be playing in France and seeing the WSL, what it's been this season, a lot of competition as well. So do you feel like you're going to be returning to a really highly competitive squad?
Yeah, it's going to be highly competitive. I think, individuals have done fantastically well this season, and it's been well publicised, as you say, when you go abroad and you're playing outside of your country, you very rarely get the media attention that those in your country do get. But I've stayed focused on myself, maintained my performances to ensure that, I give myself the best possible chance to be selected, regardless of the media attention attracted. The most important thing is I'm focused on, performing.
Thanks, Nikita.
Thank you.
Thank you, Florence. If we could now go to Molly Hudson for the Times. Would you like this to be embargoed, Molly? Should we move into the embargoed section, or are you happy with it going out live?
Yeah, happy for it to go out live.
Great.
Hey, Keats, congratulations.
Hey, thank you.
I think we spoke to Heger a couple of months ago, and she was saying she was really keen to get you in and around the squad, despite the fact that it was a bit of a pain with, quarantine and various other things. Did you ever think that might work against you?
Yeah, for sure. when you can't meet up with the squad and you can't train and you can't be a part of the environment. When you're part of the environment, you start to build a momentum, a sense of understanding of what is expected of you as an individual, what is expected of the team, the environment you want to create in order for it to be a winning one. And to not be a part of that is tough at times, especially for conditions that you can't control. Obviously you have to respect the COVID rules and the COVID regulations, because we want to make sure that people stay in the safest environment and the safest health possible. But yeah, on the other side, it is a frustration.
And you mentioned that you saw 2012 and 2016, particularly 2012, obviously the women's football team. Are there any specific memories you have of watching that and kind of how the whole, I suppose, country got behind it?
I think for me, it was the first time, as a nation, we really got behind our women's team and really gave them the support they deserved. And, seeing Steph score them goals, they're iconic moments probably in Team GB history, but also in her history. So, I'm sure she'll want to recollect them memories.
Cheers, Keith. Thank you.
No problem.
Thanks, Molly. If we could now go to Susie Rack from The Guardian.
Hey, Nikki, I hope you're good. Congrats
Hi.
on making the squad. Obviously, it's been a little bit more difficult for you to be involved, as we've already said. How much contact have you been able to have with Hager, since she became Team GB manager, and what impression have you got of what she wants to see from you?
Yeah, I've had many conversations actually via we're in regular contact via WhatsApp, but also via Zoom and Teams, great apps to be able to connect with people. And we've had a few conversations, and obviously I was in the last England camp, so I was able to work with her on a one-on-one basis and really understand her as a person and what she expects as a coach. So it's been good, and I do understand what Team GB want out of this tournament, and it's a gold medal. Everyone wants to win, so that's the focus.
She was a very skillful attacking player herself. Is it nice to be working with someone who perhaps likes to play the football that you like to play?
Yeah, it is. It's very nice to play attacking-minded football, wanting to get the ball forward early in the best positions, to create chances and score.
And lastly, for me, obviously 2012 was massive. You talked about watching it. Obviously, you've played with a lot of players who were there and took part in it and competed in that tournament. Have you had much conversation over the years or in recent months about exactly what that was like and what to expect?
The girls have shared their experiences. Yeah, we've had a few conversations, and also I'm sure there'll be many more conversations during the tournament, understanding how to deal with expectations, pressures, understanding what the game's all about, and ultimately really pushing on from 2012 and really going for them medals. Ultimately, we want the gold, and 2012 never delivered that. And also in 2012, I watched my sister in the Olympics because she boxed. So for me, 2012 was a great experience, and to watch your sister in a GB team and then to be selected into a GB team is massive.
Has she been able to pass on much advice?
Yeah, a lot.
Thanks very much. Best of luck, and best of luck on the weekend as well.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Susie. I did see Phil had his hand up. Just wanted to double check if you wanted to ask a question, Phil.
Susie got it in there at the end. I was just going to ask a little bit about what it meant to sort of follow in your sister's footsteps in terms of representing Britain at Olympics. It was a long time ago that she did it, and now you finally got the chance to follow on from that.
Yeah, it's a really nice experience, for us as sisters, us as family. She really created a legacy by going to the Olympics in 2012. She was the first woman to be positioned in the boxing ring in 2012 for GB women. So I think it's massive. And she's a real inspiration. At 37 years old, she's still competing pro boxing and, in great shape and really doing well. So for me, it's, good to see.
That's great. Cheers.
Thank you, everyone. I don't see any more hands up. So if we can draw this to a close, and thank you, Nikita, for joining us. Oh, we just got a late hand there from Joel. If you'd like to ask a question,
sorry.
Joel.
Yeah. Hi, Nikita. So what has playing football been like during the pandemic? I know that you play in France, and obviously they're going to have a different set of rules compared to what it's like in the UK. Were there any changes that you noticed? Was there anything that you missed during the pandemic while playing football?
I think the most important thing was that we was in a safe environment to play football. You know, the federation over here in France have really worked hard to make sure that we are regularly COVID tested in order to make the game safe for all participants, including referees. And also, obviously, we've missed the fans. That's the biggest difference. I'm sure that's been the same in England. You know, the fans really create a massive atmosphere, and it's been really disappointing that we haven't had them for nearly 18 months in the stands. But hopefully, moving forward, we can make sure it's safe for them to come back in and really create atmosphere.
Speaking of the fans, non-Japanese spectators will not be allowed in the Olympics due to the current conditions. Seeing as you have not played in front of fans for a while, are you looking forward to this, or are you a bit disappointed that you won't be able to do it in front of home fans?
No, I think the most important thing, as I said before, is that people feel safe in the environment in which they're in. And, when you have travellers from different countries coming in to a country, you have to make sure that, with the numbers that the Olympics can attract, that people are in safe space, they are healthy, but they're also confident in the environment, and that's the most important thing. And, it's understandable that, those people in Japan were against having spectators come in because, they want to try and create the most safest games as possible. And that's what we've got to concentrate on. So, yeah, it's a disappointment you don't have fans, but you also respect those people who are trying to best as possible to make the games as safe as possible.
Last question. So what do you expect preparation to be like heading into Tokyo? Again, the rules in Japan regarding COVID are very strict, and it's much different to what it is in the UK. What do you expect your preparation to be like heading into that?
I think our preparation will be the same as it has been since, COVID first came into place, because the contingencies and the restrictions in England that we had in an England camp was really, really strict, and to ensure that each individual felt safe and, in the best environment possible. I feel going into the Olympics that, it's going to be a different experience, but one in which, the BOA, the IOC will make sure that us as athletes will be safe and also enjoy as much as possible.
Thank you, Nikita.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joel, and thank you everyone for all your questions, and thanks, Nikita, for joining us. Hege Reset and Sue Campbell will be joining you from about 3:00. Thanks, everyone.